in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about, if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Mahomes finding his fellow Chief Hill for the AFC first down. Well, he was so good throwing the football on third down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's third down, he finds a way to convert.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
On second down, it's Connor, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. To the right side, it's Kelsey. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week, but these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp, games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're.
Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, it's Breeze. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his third Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 14-yard touchdown. And the NFC is in for 6.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Breeze now on 1st down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
On play action, now Breeze. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big play that time for the NFC. 51 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now Breeze. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. That'll bring up second down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Zach Ertz. As the first half is winding down. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The drive will start with Connor. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So we've reached halftime of the All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Jalen Ramsey of the Jags up to make the tackle. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a...
And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 67 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him.
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams, there on the stop.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. The longtime Cardinal Patrick Peterson in on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. Mahomes now on first down. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mahomes firing complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Breeze in the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Breeze. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On play action, it's Breeze. And he finds a man on a crossing route.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. It's caught, Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Breeze is looking to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on rush coming, and he's taken down. Benardrick McKinney, and the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conference.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 36 yards. And the AFC able to get a bit closer. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it is gobbled up by the NFC. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The numbers for the NFC on third down, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Looking downfield for Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation.
And all the way in for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC able to cut it to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Bree's going to throw here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Breeze to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Mahomes to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a second down. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. The AFC thus far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun.
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No ball, but ain't no fading us. just wanna be her. For your mom to your pops to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I pissed so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like